Sheriff Laughlin, Terry Husk.
I had a question about some flyers I keep seeing. White power. Is that the Aryan Nation?
You know what my problem is with every fanatic?
You have to have somebody to blame for your life.
You know those pamphlets you saw? It's not all. This was in June. A bomb went off at a synagogue in Boise. That's just the beginning.
Beginning of what?
I grew up in Idaho and was raised in the Pacific Northwest, so I was familiar with this story. And first and foremost, good job on the accent. Your American accent was phenomenal.
Good, good.
We don't see that often. Is that a hard thing? Because you really sounded so authentic.
I don't often do American accents. I've done a fair few in the past. It's just I've been around so long, you've probably forgotten. It was probably a few years back. But how interesting, you knew this case. Yes. So you remembered, did you remember it in local press, the robberies?
Yes, and also too, you know, the history of, you know, those radical, you know, militia and
Butler's camp, Yes. Oh, so interesting. Yeah, you see, I mean, but that was an element that really intrigued me getting involved in this as a producer early on, was that, of course, when it's local news, something like this, you know, has a great impact. Everybody knows about it. But outside of that, you know, very few people knew it. So we couldn't believe we had this story that the rest of the country, the rest of the world didn't know. And it was such an impactful story, and one that our writer did such a great job of, you know, folding into a genre movie, a kind of crowd-pleasing film with great momentum and propulsion, and yet at its heart was this, you know, historical story. I need your help. Hate groups don't rob banks.
Go, go, go! There's 6 steps in that book. Recruiting, training, fundraising, assassination.
What's 6? Large-scale domestic terror attacks.
Come on! In doing these intense action scenes, knowing it's based on a true story, is there like extra pressure to get it right with the research and the training?
Absolutely. I mean, from the get-go, we had a very, very strong script, and Zach had done huge amounts of work, and his read was in the right place. He really wanted to lean on the accuracy, lean on the historical relevance, and the timely nature of the story, but not make it a sort of historical drama. He then saw that within that, in the way that they would make films, you know, in the late 70s and early 80s, he wanted to also embrace the genre aspect, and that was something our director then took up and really thought, well, you know, this has to have a thriller motor, if you like.
It has kind of that nostalgic feel of kind of like movies we don't see as much anymore, but we'd like to see more of, with good action, good story, I mean, good character development. So I was entertained the entire time, and the cast is phenomenal, led by you, of course.
Thank you. I'm so glad. Honestly, that was very much at the heart of our endeavor.